After NFL preseason week 1 is in the books, we are back. It's another edition of MJ Acquired Taste podcast. No, I'm not MJ. I'm not Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. Well, who is he? Who is MJ? Michael Jimenez. I'm not Michael Jimenez, obviously. Rudy Campos Jr. joining you once again for the MJ Acquired Taste podcast. We got a ton to get into. We have major China news, and it has nothing to do with the country. No one's battling anybody. It's a certain player, a certain 76er over there making a disgruntled comment. We're going to get into that here. Not only that, MLB talk. Hey, the Astros have 3 huge series coming up. We're going to get into that a little bit here. Also, my best and worst from the NFL weekend, week 1 preseason. Like I said, I got a bunch of stuff, but Joe, we've got a major show announcement. You've got to stay tuned for the MJ Acquired Taste major show announcement. It's going to be coming up soon. How soon? We'll find out very soon. Isn't that like Spaceballs, Joe?
Yeah.
We're doing it now. When now? Right now. Now. When will then be now? Soon. It'll come soon.
Yeah. But this is going to be major show announcement. So stay tuned. We will go ahead and break some news for you guys. It's good news, so go ahead and stay tuned, as Rudy said. And without further ado, Rudy's going to get us started here to go ahead and talk about the weekend that was sports. And it was a good weekend for sports, Rudy.
It was good
things happening, you know.
Hall of Fame. You had Parker going in, you had Pop going in, Pau Gasol going in, and Becky as well. I want to know, man. Here's the thing. What speech got you? Was it Parker's? Was it Pop's? For me, I was torn between Pops and Becky's.
Yeah, me too. You know, and I thought seeing Coach Pop getting very emotional as Becky was thanking him and just letting him know that, you know, how important he was to her, and just, you know, always saying to do her best, and she was thanking him, and he got very emotional. You never see that out of him.
Pop cry.
And he was crying, and he was just blowing her a kiss, because it's nothing but admiration and respect for the greatness that is Becky Hammon. Because let's be honest, besides her being an outstanding guard, in the WNBA, she's an outstanding human being and even a better coach. You know?
I know.
So Coach Pop really paved the way for her to break on through, not only in the NBA, but also in the WNBA, to go on and have the great career that she's having over there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, WNBA champion as a coach as well. I mean, Becky Hammon deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. It was a great Hall of Fame class. I want to ask a question about the Hall of Fame, Joe. And you give me a simple yes or no, we can go on from there. Also, I got to mention about Britney because Britney is tied to the Spurs,
man.
but we got to get into Britney talk as well. But here's the thing. So the Hall of Fame, should there just be an NBA Hall of Fame and just do away with the entire? I mean, you have the Basketball Hall of Fame, but should there just be an NBA Hall of Fame? Every year we hear people bitching about who gets in the Hall of Fame for basketball. Now, the MLB Hall of Fame is harder to get into than a chastity belt. We know that for a fact. You don't allow quote unquote steroid guys. You don't allow people to betting on football. I mean, baseball, stuff like that. I still think those guys should be in. The NFL is a little bit more, not as difficult, but it's still kind of difficult to get in. The NBA, people feel like anybody can just get in. Should there be a certain limit? Should it just be NBA Hall of Fame? Should they just start their own?
If that's going to be the NBA getting involved where they're doing the NBA Hall of Fame, then that's something that they're going to have their own board of governors oversee versus the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So they would have to bring in a whole board of governors. They would have to have, let's say, a system in place when it comes to voting. Who's going to make these decisions? Who's going to vote for the players, to have them enshrined? What are they going to do? They're going to have to build a facility, or are they going to just go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and just join forces with the Basketball Hall of Fame? I don't think that's how it would work.
Yeah.
You'd have to have your own building and have your own memorabilia and have your own, let's say, athletes enshrined in there. And what's the prerequisite? Are you going to have it as both NBA and the WNBA? I mean,
that's the thing too. But do you make it even harder for the NBA? Because I mean, you've got what? I mean, you got guys in the NBA Hall of Fame. Tim Hardaway is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of Run TMC, Tim Hardaway is a great player, but is he Hall of Fame worthy? I mean, Allen Iverson, if not for the MVP that he had, I mean, a lot of people question. A lot of current players, even not current, but I mean, older players will question, why is Allen in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's got an MVP, but what did Allen do? I mean, you can't say that he was the only one that took the Sixers to the finals against the Lakers. They had tremendous players on that team. Dikembe Mutombo, Snow, they had Aaron McKee. They had a lot of good players on that team that fit and gelled like a blue-collar team. There's a lot of guys that are talked about, well, you're in the Hall of Fame, but why are you there? Well, I got an MVP.
Would you put honorable mentions? Like
that's
Deadlift Shrimp, from the Pacers, one of the big men in the NBA that was
Arvydas Sabonis.
You also have, what's his name? From TMC, Chris Mullin.
Yeah.
And
then with Mully, you can go from St. John's because he had a really good college career.
He did.
Didn't win any titles. But then again, you have to go, okay, well, he was going to make it anyway because he's on the 92 Barcelona team, the dream team.
Yeah.
So he's got the accolades, but that's where I'm saying, where do you draw the line? Now, like I said, MLB is so hard to get into.
Oh, yeah.
You've got tons of guys that haven't made it. And let's take out the Bonds and Pete Rose in there.
Pete Rose, yeah.
They should be in there, 100% should be in there.
Mark McGwire?
Yeah, I would consider McGwire a Hall of Famer. No. Sammy Sosa, no. There's no way Sammy Sosa makes the Hall of Fame. He had a couple of good years, a home run streak and all that. But not only did he go, on the whole steroid rant, but I mean, we're talking cork bat. He had that whole incident. So Sammy Sosa does not, he deserves recognition in, what MLB video game or something. There's nothing.
Hey man, I'm going to ask you a question. Did Pudge ever get into the MLB Hall of Fame?
I think he did. Yeah.
Did he? He deserved it, dude.
Pudge Rodriguez is one of the all-time greatest catchers for me.
He is.
He was actually one of the guys I liked growing up.
Yeah.
Growing up, it was Pudge Rodriguez later on, but early for me was Gary Carter when he played with the Mets. Outside of that, I mean, now it's like Buster Posey, Joe Mauer. Those are my guys.
Yeah.
Craig Biggio when he was a catcher.
I remember him.
Yeah. So, I mean, those guys, I would say Pudge is probably out of those guys, number two.
Number two. Piazza?
1, 2. I wasn't a big Piazza fan. I don't know why.
Maybe because he was with the Mets, bro.
No, because Gary Carter was with the Mets, and I liked the Mets back then. I mean, they had Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden. Man.
Every time somebody says Darryl Strawberry, bro,
everyone starts thinking about the candy, right?
No, I think
the nose
about
candy. Come on,
I think about the what ifs, dude. If he hadn't gotten involved with the drugs, man, what kind of career could he really had?
I don't know, but
We're never gonna find
We're never
out.
gonna find out. Yeah, we'll definitely know that. Hey, this is the MJ Acquired Taste podcast. Again, major show announcement. We're seeing the comments coming in. Michael Bias says Hope and Menace is doing well. We got a major show announcement. It's going to come on at the end of the show here. Joe's going to go ahead and give you that announcement. We're talking MLB. Actually, we went from talking MLB, Hall of Fame, NBA. Joe brought up Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden, the Nose Candy Boys. I mean, we brought up all that stuff. So we got to transition because we can't talk about that kind of stuff. It's kind of weird, Joe. Last night I was talking with the guys. We got in a heated discussion over boxers and briefs.
Oh, no, man.
And you would be surprised. Majority of these guys are wearing briefs.
Oh, man.
I'm a boxer guy.
Yeah, man.
I mean, for me, I know it's midday and stuff, but for me, I gotta wear the boxers. You gotta let the twig and berries just go ahead and be comfortable.
Let your balls hang out, bro.
I can't do briefs. I haven't done briefs since I had the tantaras back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way.
When you say briefs, man, it reminds me of underoos, dude. You got like Superman or Batman on the ass everywhere.
I don't know. They don't make those for adults. I'm sure. Mike Bias says boxers.
They do, bro.
They do.
I'm sure they do.
Oh my god. Oh no. See, now we're going into fantasy football stuff, making someone, hey, the loser of the league's got to show up to Twin Peaks and Superman briefs. That would be bad.
I don't even think they'll let you through the door if you walk in like that.
I don't know. I mean, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
Hey man,
these
the
days.
Women wear less than that.
Exactly.
On Friday nights,
Isn't
on Bourbon and Brews, bro.
Isn't the whole thing as long as you're covered is what it is. I mean,
bro, the women at the Twin Peaks, man, on a Friday night, you walk in there for Bourbon and Brews.
Yeah.
They wear less than what you see at the strip club.
Okay, so I mean, then Superman or Batman briefs walking into Twin Peaks.
I don't know if they let you in the door, man, but you'd be brave to try. You'd probably get a lot of drinks.
Oh, I mean, why not do what the kids do these days? They wear their pants around the ankles with the belt.
Yeah,
I mean,
that.
You can't say no pants, no service.
Just walk in there with some Crocs,
There you go. Oh God, don't get me on Crocs. Man. Don't get me started on Crocs. I've never owned a pair. I will never own a pair of Crocs. Crocs are just terrible for me. They say they're comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and just believe
take their word for it.
But I can't do Crocs, man. No way I can do Crocs. But nonetheless, are you a briefs or a boxers guy? Let me know. That was a whole debate we had last night with me and the fellas when we were talking on Sweep the League. But the thing I want to talk about, Joe, main thing is Harden. James Harden.
Jeez.
We've got China coming in over, the stream coming in. Harden's talking. He's like, okay, this is what I'm saying. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. How do you F up your entire career? You do just that. Now,
you know what? Let's play that, man. I'm going to go ahead and play that video, dude. I got the video, man.
Because I can't sound like James Harden. I can't sound like him at all. So,
and he said it twice, for the people in the back, too.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to.
Let's go ahead and get that.
I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say it again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again. Thank you, man.
So there you go.
Yeah, and Tim Gonzalez, isn't he a part of a team right now with Philly? He is. He's still with the Sixers, and this whole thing that Harden did this morning is catastrophic for Philadelphia. And I know we have maybe like 5 or 6 Sixer fans in town. Bill Schoenig and his son Carl, they're Sixer fans. I know that for a fact. But what Harden did was he basically put the Sixers in shambles forever, like for a good while. And that's the thing is, you make that statement. He's been with Daryl Morey since Houston. So we're talking the better part of 6-7 years maybe with Daryl Morey. All this shit comes out now. Why are you saying that? First off, you don't want to be in Philly. I get that. But you don't want to go and say this. Why? Now you give all the leverage to every team outside of Philly. Because now it's instead of, let me give you a couple of stars, maybe a rising star, and maybe a couple of first-round picks. Let me give you a great deal for James Harden. He will help us. Now you're, okay, let me give you, a couple of protected first-round picks. Here is, a couple of second-round picks. And you know what? I'm going to throw in Zarko Paspai just for the hell of it.
Yeah, whatever I got in my pocket and some belly button lint.
I got lint. If you want, my favorite place is Chipotle. I'll get you a Chipotle gift card. So
An expired one.
An expired one at that. Yeah. So you basically screw the Sixers. Now Morey has no leverage whatsoever at all. No leverage.
It was a statement he did, and it was deliberate.
It was
deliberate.
But what good does it do? Because not only are you not able to get the Sixers able to trade you for what they want. No team in the NBA wants you. The only team that wants you are the guys that can't sell season tickets. That's it. The people that need to put, asses in the seats are going to trade for James Harden. And you know what? They're going to trade him for just, bait is it. That's what he did. He screwed this entire situation for Morey and the Sixers up. You want to go deeper than that? Let's go deeper. Joel Embiid was already kind of not happy in Philly. So he's thinking, all right, James is going to be traded. They're going to get me a star that I can compete with. Oh, Daryl Morey is a liar. Holy shit. Joel Embiid just threw his phone against the wall. Why? Because now we have to not only get rid of James Harden, but who are they going to bring in return? Nobody. So now Embiid's like, you know what? Here's the middle finger. Trade me because I can't win in Philly.
Yeah. Well, they don't even have Doc. They can't blame Doc Rivers no more.
No, they can't blame anybody. There's no more process. You can't blame the process. You can't blame Brett Brown. You can't blame Doc Rivers. You can't blame anybody.
What's his name? Ben Simmons. You can't blame him.
You can't blame.
He's not there.
Ben Simmons hasn't been here since he started in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not.
He just collected a paycheck. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Ben Simmons is unemployment, basically. That's unemployment ban is what we'll call it. He's just collecting paychecks. Now, the thing is, Harden with these few words screwed everybody. And we're talking even all the way to Joel Embiid. Spurs fans, do me a favor. I want y'all to, on social media, go to Kawhi's page. And you know what? Tell him thank you for not pulling the bullshit that James Harden did. Because when Kawhi did it, he was quiet. Spurs were able to get, Jakob and DeMar. They got a pick that turned into Keldon. They got what they could for Kawhi.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kawhi Leonard. I'm not the biggest fan in the world, but you did the right thing. You kept your mouth shut. The Spurs made it happen.
He let Uncle do the talking.
Uncle was doing the talking, but you know what? Uncle's the little dog that barks left and right while, the big dog is walking next to him. That's Uncle. Harden he really screwed the pooch on this one, Joe. Bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He can always call up his buddy, Dwight Howard. They can go over there with the Shanghai Sharks or something, man.
Taco Falls in China now.
There you go, man.
And that's the thing. I think James should just stay in China. There's no team in the NBA is going to want him.
Hey, man, look what happened with Stephon Marbury. He found a second resurgence over there in China. They even got a statue of the brother somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
come on now.
Which statue would you put of Harden? I mean, you got regular Harden, you have Fat Boy Harden.
I'd put the Fat Boy one going to the strip club with the hot wings.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? The guy's been forcing himself to go to Houston.
He probably wants to go back to H-Town, quite honestly.
Well, yeah.
But does. I mean, if he gets picked up by anybody, this is probably going to be his last hurrah. This is going to be it for him.
He's not getting paid anymore.
The sun is set already, brother. You're on borrowed time.
It's time to shave that nasty beard too. I can't imagine what's in that nasty beard.
You know what? Would you take $1 million to go ahead and pick something out of that beard and eat it?
No. $1 million? No. Where the hell did that come from? Are we going back to old school Joe and old school Rudy? Because that was a very terrible time. I understand this is an acquired taste podcast, but there's certain things that I will not taste, and I do not
get a Cheeto out of the beard. Get a hot Cheeto out of there and eat it.
No, that thing looks like it hasn't been washed since 1970. No, man, no, we're not doing that. This is the MJ Acquired Taste podcast. This is Rudy Campos Jr. filling in for Michael Jimenez. Joe Garcia is making everything go. Huge show announcement at the end of the stream. Joe will get with you on that. Like I said, major announcement coming up at the end of the stream. We're talking James Harden and how he screwed Philadelphia. Real quick question, guys. Put it in the comments. Hey, I love seeing comments. You know what, Joe? I'm going to say this right now. Comment-wise, we get some good comments out there. I'm going to let you pick someone out there, and I'm going to give them something from one of the sponsors. I'm going to do it out of my own heart here. We're going to get something from the sponsor. So leave some comments, drop some good comments, say whatever you want. I don't care. You think Harden's a piece of shit, say he's a piece of shit. I don't give a damn. Say whatever you want. But I'm going to tell you one thing, man. One thing that is very, very, very big right now. Before I get into it, I think we got to go to a sponsor first. We got to get a sponsor mention here. Let's get one of these sponsors up here because we got a lot of great sponsors.
Yeah, man. And since we're kind of talking about James Harden, what great transition to go ahead and talk about our boys from MCS General Contracting, because they got the hardest concrete in the business, brother.
There you go. That's the perfect transition there.
MCS General Contracting. More than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They're the number right there, 210-774-9155. MCS, they say that they want to be the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business, you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, other concrete placement services, sidewalks, things like that. Reach out to MCS General Contracting, 210-774-9155. That's 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills. Chris Leha confident in his fantasy football prowess, if you will. Thank you for being a sponsor of our show. He does a fantastic job over there.
So thank you to MCS General Contracting. Again, the number is 210-774-9155.
You know, I remember last week or Friday when we did the show, we were mentioning MCS. Thank you, MCS, for being a sponsor of the MJ Acquired Taste podcast. Someone mentioned that I should have MCS build the wall around my house.
Oh, yeah, for the bums.
Yeah.
And the transients.
I kind of like that idea. I like that idea. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get with MCS to build me that wall all the way around the house. You know, give me something like El Chapo type thing, man. You know, I don't know. Maybe put a guard at the top of it or something like that with a machine gun.
Yeah, look at that. Joshua Jimenez. H-Town don't even want Harden back.
I know. They don't. They don't.
And
Nobody
Christopher Leha from MCS General Contracting. The concrete they have, they pour is harder than diamonds.
Harder than diamonds. No, I definitely need it. Chris, I'm hitting you up. I need a concrete barrier all around my house. All around my house.
Look at what he says. Let's build the wall and money bags can pay for it. Jeff's good for it, man.
There you go. He is.
For it, dude.
He is. Jeff's going to finance it for me. He's going to finance the wall, the gray wall of compost going up around the compound over here. Hey, this is MJ Acquired Taste. Again, thanks you to MCS out there. Thank you for being a sponsor of the MJ Acquired Taste podcast. Cowboys, man. Cowboys. You start smiling. You're smiling, Joe, and you have the cowboy hat on.
I do. I'm wearing the cowboy hat.
Do I bash the Cowboys?
Go ahead. You got to
speak
truth.
I do speak truth. I always speak truth. Truth is, I like what they're doing with the running back position. I was real skeptical about Deuce Vaughn. 3 carries, 50 yards, a touchdown. He had 3 receptions, only 6 yards. But I've got a concern. 5'6", 176 pounds. My concern is injury prone. And the only person I can think of comparing him to is Darren Sproles. Now, Sproles was a hell of a player. Can the Cowboys use Deuce Vaughn the way Philly and I believe the Saints, everybody was using Darren Sproles?
Yeah.
I think so. I like that because Tony Pollard is not an every down back.
No, man, you got to save him, Dan. You can't have him on every down, you know?
I get that, yeah.
If you have him out there on every down, what's going to happen? The wear and tear on the body is not going to hold up.
No, it's not.
And that's not.
And I like what they did with the 1-2 combo here. Now, what I don't like is the offensive line.
They're looking pretty shabby without Zach Martin there trying to, even if he wasn't in the game, he'd be on the sidelines.
Well,
hey, man, you all got to do this, you know?
Exactly. I don't like the offensive line. I haven't liked the offensive line, beginning of the season. Now, when I was doing my mock drafts, and shout out to First Round Mock. I work with them out there. Also the mock draft guy, both of those people, I work with them on a lot of stuff. We were doing mock drafts, doing videos and stuff. I kept projecting. I kept saying the Cowboys have to draft an offensive lineman. They had great opportunities to draft offensive line. The defensive line was okay. It was good.
Yeah.
But you've got to go get that offensive. You got to solidify yourself on that offensive line. You got to keep Dak upright. You got to give him time to throw the ball. You got to let him make his own mistakes, which, again, I've said many times, he's probably going to make a whole lot of mistakes this year.
Yeah.
Offensive line should have been the priority. Now you see the crap with Zach Martin going on. This is the reason why you had to go get someone right now. So that was my worst part of the weekend for the Cowboys. The best part was Deuce Vaughn. Texans, the worst part was you didn't get a whole lot of rookie, Stroud there. But the best part, Joe, for all you Texans fans out there, it's Viagra time. It's boner time because DeMeco Ryans and that defense, wow.
They look legit, dude.
3 sacks, 7 tackles for loss. And think about it. He really didn't have his starters out there at all. What I want to see happen is Will Anderson, their draft pick this year. I want to see him move all around the field, not just put on the offense, on the defensive line. I want to see him move around the field. Kind of give me that Derek Thomas, that Micah Parson type look for Will Anderson. Big boy, but you don't want to allow the offense to see where he's coming from. And that's where I think DeMeco Ryans would maybe do. Their secondary it's good, man. Henry, I'm gonna try to do this. Henry 2020, 22, whatever. I'm sorry, I butchered the name. Get to know him. He's gonna be a starting linebacker for the Texans very, very soon. Desmond King II is another guy in the secondary you gotta watch out for. So my best part of the Texans was that defense. It's looking legit. I love it. Malik Collins, Sheldon Rankins, they're going to anchor that defensive line. Jimmy Ward, Jalen Petrie, Stingley Jr., they're going to anchor that secondary. It's just going to be a fun time for the Texans. That is for sure. The worst in the NFL, and I cried to so many people about this, Joe. The Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's a shit show, dude.
You think James Harden is a shit show. The Colts are just as bad. You've got one of the best running backs in the game in Jonathan Taylor. The guy doesn't even want to play there. You go out and
I don't
draft.
think anybody wants to be there, bro.
No.
Let's be honest.
Shit, Matt Ryan didn't even want to be there. I mean,
he's pretty bad, dude.
He was pretty bad too.
He was so bad he left. The brother left and got a announcing job, right, with CBS or something like that.
Well, you know my feelings with Matt Ryan after the Super Bowl. I was pretty pissed off about that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I took the Band-Aid off a long time ago, Joe. No reason to have that. No reason to have that wound opened up again. But you go out and draft probably the worst quarterback in this quarterback class in Anthony Richardson. I mean, the kid is terrible. The only person that I think was a Richardson fan was Ben Bornstein, friend of the show, because he's from Florida, University of Florida. That's it. Why the Colts did that, I will never know. Everybody should have seen Richardson. He was a terrible player at Florida. All he was potential. That was it. This is another case of we're going to draft him based off of potential. And let me get to this. Joshua Menace, Texans fans, after this preseason game and watching that defense are about almost as hard as that MCS concrete. I'm telling you. Whatever DeMeco put, in that, water down there, it's good. It's good.
That little Bobby Bougier water, that little water that got
that
from
high
the Arctic.
Quality H2O,
H2O,
right?
man, the water that was glowing.
Oh man, that was good. That was the Texans fans have something very good to be. They had something to be happy about. I think they're going to be they're going to be okay this year.
You know what? The biggest FU this weekend that I saw in preseason play. So me and my boy Jonas Clark, he's a producer over there at the Sports Grind. So go ahead and take a listen to that show. Middays, I think they go on around from 12 to 2 or something like that, or 12 to 4, 2 to 4. Go ahead and check them out. Great stuff they got going on over there. But me and him are having dinner last night because we went to a birthday party with one of my friends over in Seguin.
Yeah.
We were in the theater and he was watching the Lord of the Rings extended edition. So I like me some Lord of the Rings movies. So I made the trek over there about an hour away.
All right.
And on the way back home, I was telling Jonas, man, I'm hungry, bro. I said, let's go to that BJ's Brew House over here off 1604.
All right.
So we go in there and they got the games on and shit. We're drinking a little bit. We're enjoying a good, dinner. And I look up at the screen and what do I see? The fucking Raiders, bro.
Oh my God.
They did a big FU to Carr, man. They got another brother, right? Backup QB, second string. They wheel him out. He's wearing number 4. Looks just like him. If you blink, you're like, wait a minute. He's still playing for the Raiders? The brother looks just like him, wearing number 4. And then I see the other screen, and they have freaking Carr over there sitting on the sidelines over there with the Saints.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like it was ironic,
I
dude.
think
They have them side by side on the screen.
we got to
They
get it
look
up.
similar, dude.
Aiden O'Connell is the quarterback that I believe you're talking about for the Raiders.
Yeah, dude, that was like the big F you. Me and Jonas are here sitting here laughing because they got Carr on one screen and then they have the Raiders game going on over here, and we're just laughing our ass off. They said the fucking Raiders, bro. They have the brother wheeling out there they wheel him out on the court.
Yeah.
Wearing the number 4. Looks just like him.
You know,
And he threw a beautiful pass, by the way.
oh, Aiden O'Connell's good.
Man,
Aiden
he
O'Connell's
threw a
good.
beautiful pass.
He's a good player. He's gonna be a player in the league. He's gonna be a good backup in the league. I'm gonna go off tangent here, Joe. Again, real quick, Cowboys. You want to fix the offense? Just get a West Coast offense for Dak. Make it simple. Slant routes. Keep it simple for Dak. Let him, just get going. Don't give me this downfield shit. It's not gonna work at all. Not for Dak Prescott. That's just my opinion on the whole thing like that. Who was that? I put that. I love that. Christopher Leah. Who dat all day, every motherfucking day. Wow, I'm glad we can cuss. Chris coming out hardcore with that, man. He coming out hardcore.
Hey,
with
you
that.
better keep up that who dat when the Cowboys they spank that ass again, dude. Because you know what? That's what I
y'all's
love.
battle.
I love hearing that, man. I like hearing the
That's
Saints
y'all's battle.
fans. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? And then what happens? They play the Cowboys, and it's not who dat, it's who Dak.
See, I don't. That's y'all's battle. Being a Falcon fan, I got nothing to talk about. I ain't got shit to worry about anymore. I'm done already. I feel like this is
Man, I love that one game. I don't know when it was, like maybe 2 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I'm at a sports bar with a ton of my Cowboys buddies, right? Dallas Cowboy buddies. So we're there watching the game, and it's against the Saints. And we have to listen to the stinking Saints fans all damn game, talking nonsense, talking shit. And what happens? Cowboys come back and win the game.
Yeah.
Crickets. It was amazing, dude. Amazing.
I mean, did they come back from 28-3?
Nah.
Was it against the Patriots?
Nah.
No.
It was against Saints, but it was a moral victory nonetheless.
It's funny. I lost my balls that day when the Falcons lost in the Super Bowl.
Look at that. Chris Leha, they're
terrible.
pretty confident, dude.
The Cowboys ain't shit. Who dat all fucking day? We won the last 2 times we met. We lost in Dallas and won in NOLA. Yeah. Do they play this year? I haven't looked at the schedule.
I don't know if they play this year. We're gonna have to look.
We gotta look that up. If there is, there's got to be a bet.
I gotta watch if they play together, then we got to get together and we got to watch the game together.
All right, that's fine with me. We do a watch party.
Chris can wear his who dat, Saints colors, and I'll be all Dallas Cowboyed out.
As long as I get to wear my debunk Falcons jersey,
no, man.
I'll pick one out.
I think people feel sorry for you walking the bar with that, bro. They'll probably buy you a drink or something.
Hey, if it works, the alcoholic that I am. Dirty Birds. Chris Leon knows this is Dirty Birds. Joshua Jimenez, Falcons got Bijan. Does Desmond look good? All right, so nobody gives a damn about the Falcons except me and, the late and great Tommy Nobis in San Antonio. Stephen Reese also does, a friend of mine here. Desmond looks like Desmond right now. It's not going to be a great year for him. It's going to be an average year. What I think with Desmond Ridder is going to benefit him is that he's finally going to get Kyle Pitts going. He's got that security blanket in Kyle Pitts. I think this is the year we see Kyle Pitts take that leap that he was supposed to have taken his rookie year. Drake London, obviously there. Bijan's going to be more in the passing game than actually the running game. I think you're going to see more Tyler Algier, Cordell Patterson. They're going to do more of the running at the running back position, where Bijan's going to be more as a receiver. He's going to come out of the backfield still, but I think we're going to see a lot more Bijan. So for fantasy value, give you a quick fantasy thing. Me and Brandon Benita talked about it yesterday in the fantasy guides. Bijan Robinson is being drafted way in the top first round. I am not that high on him. I am maybe mid-second round pick for Bijan Robinson for me right now. I have to see a little bit more out of him in this preseason, but the thing is that even in training camp right now, fantasy value, Bijan is not first round for me. He could be at the end of the year, by the end of time next year, but I don't know. For me, no. But yeah, Desmond Ridder is going to have okay. It's going to be an okay season for them. No Falcons
we got
talk.
breaking news too, man. It seems like maybe about 38 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago, they finally released the official AP poll for the top 25 teams in this coming season.
Bring it up here in a minute.
Yeah.
Bring it up here in a minute. We got to get to a commercial break here to get more of our sponsors up here again. MJ Acquired Taste, Rudy Campos Jr., Joe Garcia making the show go.
Just got to show some love to Cynthia J. Sanchez. She is of J. Parr Real Estate. proud sponsor from day one of the Acquired Taste podcast, the Acquired Taste Network. Her phone number is there, 210-273-0748. Go to Realtor.com. Check out her reviews, because all the people that she sells homes to give her 5 stars, that she is prompt, that she's understanding, that she communicates well, that she calls back, that she answers questions correctly, that she is smart at what she does. And we're talking about real estate. That is buying a home, selling a home, whether it be a rental property, primary residence, whether it be an Airbnb, that type of property. You can reach out to Cynthia J. Sanchez from JFAR Real Estate, 210-273-0748. We're talking about 16 years of experience in real estate. She's a badass at what she does, and she is my personal real estate agent. My last house, Cynthia J. Sanchez. I'll show the papers. If you reach out to me and say, Jimenez, prove to me that she is your real estate agent, I'll show you my lease.
Yeah.
My deed of sale, if you will. Something that shows that she was my realtor, because she really was. 210-273-0748. Does an amazing job. Former claims adjuster with USAA. So she knows what she's looking for when she's going in and showing these pre-owned homes. Cynthia J. Sanchez, 210-273-0748.
So again, shout out to Cynthia J. Sanchez. Y'all are looking for a real estate agent that knows her stuff? Look no further than Cynthia J. Sanchez. Her phone number is 210-273-0748.
Yeah, thank you, Cynthia Sanchez out there. Again, you need a realtor, go see Cynthia ASAP. So, coming back to MLB talk, because I want to get into the rankings, and then we got the big announcement coming at the end of the show. Major show announcement. Joe's going to hook you up with that.
And don't forget, we also got to mention some Britney Spears.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got like 20 minutes. We got to get a lot in here. MLB talk. So, Rangers are in first still. They've got a few games lead over the Astros. They've got 3 massive series coming up. Starting tonight, they go against Miami, 3-game series. Then after that, it's Seattle, 3-game series. Then it's Boston for a 4-gamer. Now, big, because these 3 teams are in that wild card race still. You have a healthy Jordan. You have a healthy Altuve right now. Verlander's coming in his own. Kyle Tucker, he just has to keep doing Kyle Tucker things.
Yeah.
I feel more confident now if these Stros can get, 3, 6, 10 games coming up, this next 10. If they can get 7 out of the 10,
out of 10,
I really think this is going to be a solidified, they're good. They're ready to go for the playoffs. Yeah. The only thing is they got a Rangers series too. They hold the season lead over the Rangers. That's going to be massive, because if they can sweep the Rangers, and if it's a tiebreaker, they get the division.
Yeah. But right now the Rangers are leading. They have they're one of the leaders in the AL division. They're winning right now with that division with the Astros.
Yeah.
And the record that they have right now is 70-48. You compare that to the Astros, who are 68-51. And right now the Astros are currently 3 games in back of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
And then you also got the Toronto Blue Jays always nipping at their heels, 2 games back of the Astros. So they're sandwiched in the middle.
Yeah, and that's the reason why these 3 series are important for the Stros, because these are teams that they can pull away from. They can pull it further apart, like that awesome, rib that you cook every now and then. The one time you make the best rib in the world and it just pulls away from the bone. So that's what the Astros need to do. They need to get these wins. They need to get these victories against these 3 teams. Pull away from the pack a little bit here. And then you catch the Rangers. Now, real quick on the Rangers and Astros talk, Joe. 2 questions. Do they catch the Rangers?
I don't believe they're going to catch the Rangers. I think that the Astros will probably come in as a wild card, but I don't think they're going to catch the Rangers, dude. But the thing is that all Astros fans care about is that the team just makes it into the postseason.
Yeah.
That's all they need to do.
They
just need to make it in. So, I mean, you can't discount the Astros and them catching fire later in the season, as you're getting closer to the month of October. This month, August and September, it's going to really solidify where they're going to, be at come October. But as long as they can just make it there, Astros fans say their team has a chance. And right now, I mean, they're the defending world champs, And
you just got to get in.
Yeah, you just got to get in.
There's 2 good things about October. It's baseball and Halloween. I get all the candy I want, but not only that, man, are we going to be 100 degrees in October still?
Jeez, man, I hope not, man.
I hope not.
Can you imagine? That would be a factor if you're over there playing at Minute Maid Park. You're in H-Town, sweating your balls off over there, dude.
They
Hell
close
no.
it. They can close it. I mean, they close it up.
But it's still hot as hell, though.
I've been sweating in places I didn't even know I could sweat in, like at all.
You know, Minute Maid Park's such a small park. It's not hard to hit a home run there.
Not really.
Yeah, not really, dude.
I'm thinking about the heat, man.
Yeah, the heat, something
Jesus
else, man.
Christ. I can't do this heat anymore. I can't do it. Well, hopefully October brings cooler weather. It's going to bring candy for sure because of Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring MLB playoffs. Now, the only last question I have with the Astros before we move on, if they can get, like I said, these 7 wins minimum on these next 3 teams, do you feel really good about them possibly repeating?
If they can finish strong, and that would kind of make me kind of look at the Astros a little different. You know, if they can finish strong, and usually, you know, they do. When you're looking at their history going back, they do finish out the regular season really strong. So I'm thinking that they're going to probably do the same thing. And if they do, I mean, they're going to be in that talk, in that conversation where you're going to have to look at them until somebody comes and takes their crown. They're going to be the favorites just as long as they get in.
I think Atlanta's going to have something to say about it. I think it's going to be, you know, Atlanta's going to have a lot to say about it. I'm seeing Tim Gonzalez. Rudy mentioned ribs. He must be hungry. Am I drooling, Joe, on camera? What's going on?
Full disclosure, man. Rudy scarfed down some food before.
I did. I had my healthy Chipotle bowl that I ate before the show started. And you know what? I even stopped because I had free chips and queso from Freebird. So I'm cheating on one with the other right now.
That's good because right here on 151, you got Chipotle on one end.
That's what I did.
Go to the other end.
I hit it up. I hit up Chipotle for the main meal. Had a free one there. Went to Freebirds. Got my free chips and queso. So I'm good. I'm good, Tim. I love me some ribs, man. You know what? Who has the best ribs in town? Drop it in the comments. Let me know who has the best ribs in town. Maybe we'll try to do something with them. But
Bill Miller's.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Shut your fucking mouth. There ain't no way Bill Miller's has the best ribs in town, man. Ain't no damn way.
Oh,
so, all right. So Astros thing, like I said, I think they have a chance to repeat if they can get in. They go really well the last couple of games here. I think they got like 48 games left on the season. So strong finish definitely helps them a whole lot. We got a major announcement coming up here in a little bit. Man, what the hell are y'all tagging me in on Twitter? And I'm even getting stuff on some of the Facebook sites and some of these groups about Britney Spears.
Dude.
So Josh Meadows is saying Reese Bros. Okay, best barbecue in town. I will try it. I haven't tried Reese Bros. I would definitely try Reese Bros. So
we got to show a picture, man. Britney,
all right, show me this picture. I see it, but I don't want to look at it because I don't.
It's like staring at the sun too long. You might go blind, bro.
What happened to Britney? I mean, Hit Me Baby one more time. Everybody was in love. The school, Catholic schoolgirl, shout out to Central Catholic, the home of money bags and compost here. But you had that Hank Hill having ass. I love that, Chris. What is up with Britney Spears, dude? I mean, she was kind of really irrelevant. Then she pushes Victor, and then she gets kind of popular again. And now she's back on her shit. What is going on?
I mean, clearly she's going through something, man.
Like what?
Oh man, she's got some.
She partying with Daryl and Doc?
No, dude. I think she's got not only mental health problems, you know, on top of that, she might be abusing the substances.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn this around.
Yeah.
I am public defender for Britney Spears. What is she doing wrong? Is she not charging?
I think what she's doing wrong is somebody needs to take her camera away and say, save that for the showgirl.
But for people, I mean, but she's not naked.
She's not naked, man, but
she's doing a pole dance. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what.
I think it's more the behavior. I think it's more the behavior part is the way that she's dancing and all that, but it's just the way she's conducting herself, the way that she's dancing on the pole and just gyrating and just looks out of sorts. You know, it's not something that a sane person would do. Let's put it like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely not. Yeah. I don't see a sane person.
But thank God the dog is nowhere to be found in this video, dude, or in the pictures. Save that dog at all costs.
I remember that dog's look.
That dog look was like, get me out of here, man.
Terrible.
He's like, somebody opened the door, let me run.
Hey, Tim Gonzalez says she better not have Wemby fever.
No, man.
If she has Wemby fever,
you need to tell her to keep Wemby's name out of her mouth.
Okay, so Spurs Twitter, Spurs fans, what the hell are you gonna do if you see Britney front row at a Spurs game? That's the question.
Look at, I like this comment right here.
Is that you,
Gio.
Rudy, in the pictures? No. First off, I cannot lift my leg anywhere near a pole because I'll pull a whole lot of stuff. I'm not even doing that.
That's
at
probably
all.
Gio that took the pictures, bro.
Probably so.
He
Probably
just stayed
so.
out of the,
one of the conversations I had last night was with Gio about the boxer and briefs thing.
Oh Lord.
Gio's a briefs guy. He says he wears the tighty whities, and
Jeez,
I'm tired
man.
of that. I couldn't believe it.
We
I'm
need to
like,
bring up the nickname I gave him years back.
well, I can't remember that.
It was Sugar Bear.
Sugar
Remember, because
Bear.
I said looked like the little Sugar Bear from the cereal.
Yeah, that's
way
right.
back when.
That's right. Joshua Jimenez. Britney is an image of why you shouldn't do drugs. Okay. I mean, yeah, you can tell because there's pictures of Britney when she's doing that little, Tropicana dance or whatever the hell you want to call
it
it.
is, dude.
Whatever she's doing.
This borderline crackhead dance that you see over here on Marbach.
Well, no, I haven't seen that on I've seen it on Vance Jackson.
No, bro, you see it here on Marbach and you see it on Petrenko.
Hey, Vance Jackson, hey, I'm gonna be honest. If anybody wants to recreate Thriller, go to Vance Jackson, right where I live in that area, because you have nobody out there. I mean, everybody out there is doing the whole shoulder shrug and they're just walking around like zombies, man.
Gio is correcting you, Rudy.
No, he said briefs. Don't give me boxer briefs. You can't pick the bullshit. You got to go with either briefs or boxers. There's no thing. Now, who was the one that said that? Tim Gonzalez. Carolina Teague will take care of Britney. Carolina's a tough girl. Carolina can kick Britney's ass. I can guarantee that. I know Carolina. I've worked with her before. She can kick Britney's ass.
Bear County Social Apparel has me dying. Jimenez forever.
Jimenez forever. Jimenez forever. That is the cry.
The battle cry.
The battle cry right now. Bob,
make the shirts, brother. Jimenez forever.
There we go. Make that shirt. We're all sported, man. Bob had the Richie cry. Bear
Jimenez
County's
forever.
Bear Apparel's got Jimenez forever cry now. So I guess on the whole Britney thing, it's just stupid shit is what it is. She's just acting a fool.
Yeah, she's on her bullshit. Just take the camera away.
Just go to OnlyFans. I mean, can't she charge for this shit?
She can, bro, and she probably make a killing, man. So the girl's doing something wrong. That's why I'm like, somebody needs to take the camera away and just say, hey, man, y'all want to see this crazy nonsense? You got to pay for it. TMZ will pay $5, $10, whatever she's charging.
Check this guy out. Chris Gonzalez. Lawrence Taylor is telling Britney, stop eating the candy, and Britney is performing Go-Go's across from Lackland.
Oh, Lord.
I remember driving around that place.
I still remember the smell of that place, dude.
You just had to be
ingrained.
In the area.
It's ingrained in your memory.
You had to be in the area for that.
They did it. The stage was not a stage. It was a stage that was made out of pallets.
Been in. All right,
it was made out of pallets, brother.
You're straight up committing yourself to this. I've never been in.
Hey,
there.
I've been in there. I ain't gonna lie. I grew up on that
side
of town.
I've been to strip clubs, but I've never been to the. Wasn't it the Rainbow Lounge?
Yeah, the Rainbow Lounge is right across the street from Lackland Air Force Base.
Yeah,
and I used to work there on Security Hill.
Yeah, I remember.
So sometimes we get out early, right, midday, 12 o'clock or whatever, and our sergeant, our first shirt, he was our supervisor. He'd be like, all right, ladies, it's time to round everyone up. We're going for a walk.
Oh my God. That is one of the most defunct strip clubs in town. I remember the Go-Go Lounge, and it's a Rainbow Lounge. Go-Go's. Yeah, I remember that, man. Right next to Lackland. Joe Gonzalez, I agree with Rudy. She's not doing anything wrong. If you don't want to watch it, don't click it. There you go. Make money. I agree. Hey, Britney, you had hits. You were a big time star. Now, shit is sagging. You got to make some money somewhere. OnlyFans it. Am I going to be a contributor? No, I don't need it. I don't want that. I don't want to look at Britney, like that at all. But
I ain't paying for that, bro. I ain't paying for that.
So what if it was like 99 cents a month?
Nah.
A million people at 99 cents a month.
Man, I'd rather spend that on buying a Bill Miller sweet tea or something, dude. I know that Rudy J makes fun of Bill Miller's sweet tea, and I know he likes it low key. He calls it booty juice.
There are some sick fucks out there that like booty juice. We're not going to get into that right now. That's totally different. That's totally different.
What kind of OnlyFans you watching, brother? That's what my question
is. OnlyFans. I am not on OnlyFans. You know what? There's free stuff to watch out there rather than paying for OnlyFans.
Man, we're starting to get back into the rated R kind of
Tim
talk.
Gonzalez says, I'm like 3 minutes away from that place. Yes. And also, Locked On Spurs, they're saying there's a statement, that we're going to get into. Joe's got a major show announcement at the end here. We're going to get into all that talk as well. Yeah, we got the Go-Go Lounge. What other defunct strip club was there?
Jeez, man. The only one I can remember was the one that was off of Industry Way, way back in the day. It was over here by 410
where Easy's
Bandera.
Pizza.
Yeah, it was kind of in the back. You have to go
Yes,
down
I
that little
cannot
side
remember.
street, Industry Way.
I can't
I
remember.
don't
the
remember
name.
the name of it, dude.
I know which one you're talking
That's
about.
kind of hidden out of the way, you know.
I guarantee you for a fact, every guy in San Antonio, every guy, their first strip club was Paradise because it was 18 and over. When you turned 18, you did two things. You went into Broadway News, into the back room. You didn't want to go to Adult Megaplex. You went into Broadway News, into the back room when you turned 18, and or you went to Paradise because it was 18 and over.
You went to the adult section at Pop and Go.
Pop and Go's another one. Pop and Go's another one. Christopher Leha knows exactly.
There
Ecstasy,
you go,
that's
brother.
what it is.
There
Okay,
you go.
so it's ecstasy.
Sucio, man, he knows.
It don't matter. Hey, we're all like that. Who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? But when you turned 18, you popped your cherry at Broadway News or Pop and Go, and then you also popped your cherry at Paradise.
If you're in the mall at Ingram, man, back in the day, you were going over there to Spencer's.
Yeah, Spencer still has all that shit in the back.
Dude.
I walked to the back before on that. The other ones the ones that I used to go to, and I'm glad to admit it. All Stars was definitely one of them. Perfect Tens, and then it was not Sugars at the time. It wasn't even Sharky's. It was something way before that I used to go to. Top of the Strip was another one. Thank you. Wild Zebra.
Bro.
Yes.
Wow.
I remember.
That's a callback.
You know the one that I've never been? It's been around for forever. The Palace. I've never been to the Palace.
Yeah.
I heard they were upscale, big time girls.
Yeah, I've went there a couple of times, man. I went there with one of my buddies. We had a party, man, because one of my friends, he got the clean bill of remission, right? His cancer went into remission.
Yeah.
So about a month later or whatever, he wanted to go out and party.
Yeah.
So he got rounded up the troops, and he knew everybody in town, dude. So that whole weekend, we're just getting free drinks going everywhere. And then he's like, "Hey, man, this is the end of the night. This is the last stop." We got in the truck with him or whatever, and we drive, and we wind up going to the men's palace. And he's like, "Oh, no, we're going to the VIP area or whatever."
Ooh.
And we went up to the VIP, and I remember, never forget, one of my good buddies, he was all messed up. Like my uncle says, he was all mamá la verga. He could barely stand up, talk, or whatever. And I remember him looking out the window at the men's palace because you're in the VIP area, you're up there. And he looks down at everybody. He picks up his hands and he says, "Let them eat cake."
Wow. That's
like Marie Antoinette. And we're just there, just a bunch of guys sitting down. We're just freaking laughing. Like, look at this fool,
You got Zach S.A. Spurs, Doc's Primetime Cabaret. The one I will mention before we get into the major announcement here, one more. I used to go to lunch all the time. It was down the street for me. And yes, I did go for the steak and fries back in my fat boy day. Yeah, $5 steak and fries. All you can eat steak and fries. It was Rick's Cabaret. Cabaret.
Man, Rick's Cabaret.
Okay, so let's be honest. I mean, it smelled like a fish market, but the steak and fries was awesome there. Steak and fries.
They didn't serve seafood,
awesome.
Bro. They didn't serve seafood.
No, yeah, definitely. You're not serving seafood at a strip club. If they are, you definitely want to get the hell out of there. Rudy Campos Jr. in for Michael Jimenez at the MJ Acquired Taste podcast. Yeah, Coach, I was going to get into that, but we're going to have to get into that sometime later. Wander Franco.
Let's go ahead and give another shout out to one of our other sponsors as well.
Definitely.
Serenity Manor.
One of our other sponsors, Serenity Manor, which is an events venue on Old Bandera Road across from Floor's Country Store. Serenity Manor, I love going out there. The next time they have a karaoke night, which is not going to be this Thursday, but it's going to be next Thursday, I want to go. Jason Garcia listeners asked the question on YouTube the other day, was I able to go out last week? And I wasn't able to, but I'm going to make the attempt next Thursday to go out to Serenity Manor to go check out the karaoke out there. Serenity Manor is a social events venue. It is a historic building over 100 years old. It is on Old Bandera Road. It's diagonal, catty corner to Floor's Country Store. And there you can have baby showers, bridal showers, quinceañeras, sweet 16s, corporate events, weddings. There's an indoor and outdoor venue when it comes to it. It's a very, very beautiful place. It's very historic. The outdoor area, I know it's hot, right? It's hot right now.
It is.
But, you can do things outside, and especially if you're planning for something in the fall or the spring where it's beautiful and you want to be close to San Antonio, but still get that hill country vibe because there's nothing behind them, right? It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful view out there. Now, inside, they have a bar that serves beer, wine, and margaritas. So after the concerts at Flores, you can go over there, grab a beer, get away from the crowd, check out the place, check out the venue. Or on Thursday nights, they have game nights. I think this Thursday they're going to have a game night, trivia night. And then next Thursday, they'll have karaoke. It's a family-oriented type of place. You don't have to worry about whether or not it's dangerous or people getting fall over drunk. It's not that type of place. It's a very chill place to go hang out. It's a beautiful place. It's, Helotes is wonderful. I used to live in Helotes. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's just very family oriented. They have a really nice outdoor area if you want to go ahead and have a family get together, quince or whatever in the evening, when it's not so hot.
Yeah.
With all the lights and stuff in the back. And they have a dance floor. They even have looks like a volleyball
The sand volleyball
out
in the back.
there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
nice setup.
they've shown videos to us of concert performances. They had a jazz band do a performance out there. So it's a high school jazz band that performed out there, and they made it like their concert venue. And then everyone went inside for refreshments. It's a very interesting place out there. I really do enjoy it. But we'll be back out there next Thursday. Joe, I don't know. We're going to have to convince some people to go out there and sing a song or two. I got to come up with another song.
Maybe you get CT to sing with you.
CT, I think, would like the alcohol first. Okay, this is beer and wine. Okay, but
yeah. So anyway, go ahead and we give a quick shout out to Serenity Manor. Serenity Manor again. It's at 14405 Old Bandera Road in Helotes, Texas, and that's 78023 is that zip code. Make sure you go over there, give them some love, and if you get the skills, try your chance over there at the karaoke. On Thursday night.
I'll probably sing like Backstreet Boys. No way, man.
Oh, Lord, dude.
That'd be crazy. But hey, we got a couple of minutes here, Joe. I'm going to turn it over to you. Major show announcement now for those of y'all that have been tuning in. Joe's got this announcement for you guys.
Yeah, so went ahead and talked with Mike. We had a conversation with Mike, and Mike released a statement here that I'm going to go ahead and read. Unfortunately, Mike is not going to be part of the show moving forward, but we're still committed to our sponsors, and we're still committed to you, the fans. So we're still going to go ahead and have this show go, where there are going to be some changes coming, obviously, but the show's still going to be going in the time slot, and we're still going to keep it afloat for the commitment that we have for both the fans and for the sponsors. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read Michael Jimenez's statement. He says, I want to thank the listeners of the Acquired Taste Network for the success we've experienced in our first 2 months. However, this weekend I made the decision to go on hiatus. Only time will tell if this is temporary or permanent. I used to think the phrase mental health was a cop-out, but it's a real thing. I can prevent you from being the man. It can prevent you from being the man, husband, and father you're supposed to be. He said, at this time, I need to devote 100% of myself to my family. So, the other part of that is he also has a second part to it. And he says, I have removed all social media apps from my cell phone. So you're not going to find him or you won't find any of his hot takes on social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Twitter. He goes, they're all gone from his life right now. I'm removing all that noise that made me lose focus. I need the time to get better. I want to say a prayer. If you want to say a prayer for me and my family, he's going to welcome that. The Acquired Taste is in good hands with Joe, Fantasy Gods, and good hands with Brandon. He goes, thanks to the listeners. Go Spurs, go Saints, and meep meep. And he signs that off with MJ, Michael Jimenez. So we wish Michael the best, man. Keep him in your prayers. We're going to keep praying for him. And like we said, we're going to go ahead and keep this thing afloat. Obviously, some changes are going to be coming. We hope that in some time in the future here that Mike will go ahead and be part of this again, But for the meantime now, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to. So we hope that you all can understand and just definitely keep Michael and his family in your thoughts and prayers. But we're still keeping the show afloat. Rudy's going to help us here. He's going to be part of the growing network, and we are having some big news that's going to be coming probably within the next week or so about the changes that are coming. These were going to happen without Michael here either way. So we look forward to some changes, but exciting things nonetheless. Yeah. And again, we're going to keep the same sponsors that we have. And of course, we're going to have Jeff Garcia join us like always on Wednesdays, talking about Spurs. So it's going to be basically the same show, just a different face, maybe.
Yeah, every now and then different hosts, stuff like that for filling in. But yeah, I mean, prayers definitely out to Mike. Hey, mental health is not anything to mess around with. Unfortunately, I've dealt with it. I've had it pretty bad. And, you know, if there's ever a time where we want to talk about it on air, I'm 100% talking about it, you know, share my experiences and all that. But yes, definitely prayers out to Mike Jimenez. Again, it goes on, but it goes on with Mike no matter what.
Yeah.
It's the way it's going to be. I mean, even though he may not be here, he's on hiatus. The show goes on, and it still goes on with MJ on the back.
Yeah, and let's be honest, man. This whole thing wouldn't even have been possible, or the success that we've had right now and doing what we're doing right now would not have been possible without Mike.
Yeah.
You know, Mike was instrumental in getting all this stuff going for us, and I think he left a good blueprint that we can just go ahead and build upon. So Mike is, like I said, going to be on hiatus, but hopefully sometime in the future, maybe he can come back, you know?
Yeah, always. This is, you know, the network created by him and Joe, and it's going to continue to go on as best as it can. You got sponsors, you got everything. You just got to put up with a couple of, you know, great hosts, and then you got this one jackass named Rudy Campos that you got to put up every now and then. So as long as you can make it through, you're fine. You'll be fine. But hey, shout out to Jimenez again. Like I said, prayers for Jimenez. Definitely a lot of stuff going through. Definitely something difficult to go through, but you know, we are all here for you. Ever need to talk or anything like that, all of us are here for you. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah. And we're still going to be, I'm still going to keep in contact with Jimenez, you know, but I'm just not going to share everything publicly. You know, I'm just going to keep an eye on my brother and make sure he's doing good. You know, I'm praying for his family.
Yeah. That's all we can do here at the MJ Acquired Taste podcast. So Joe will get y'all more information as it comes out on what's going to happen, who's going to be in, who's going to be hosting from time to time, do whatever like that. But hey, man, again, thank you for having me again. Hopefully we can talk more again. I know we went off on a little strip club tangent. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
Can't apologize for that, man.
We didn't even get into the college AP poll, but maybe we'll save that for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, if I'm back tomorrow, we'll definitely do the college AP poll. Hey, MJ Acquired Taste Podcast. Thank you all the sponsors. Joe Garcia, Rudy Campos Jr., the Rated R Sports Star. I named myself. That's cool, right? Hey, we'll see y'all next time.